Elijah's cup?
Today we are making an Elijah's cup. So the Elijah's cup has 3 different parts to make. So we are going to make the cup, has a pinch pot, kind of the handle, and the base. So we have 3 different elements here. I'm going to put the cup away. The Elijah's kit box is going to have 1 pound and 12 ounces of clay. You're going to get a wooden tool, and you're going to need in your house a pencil, very sharp, a sponge, and some water. And the kit also has sandpaper that you're going to use it when the cup is already bone dry. Okay, so we are going to unwrap the clay. So the first thing that you are going to do is to cut the clay in half. Usually we do this kind of technique. Then you're going to save half and you're going to cut half again. So one half you're going to make a pinch pot. So the pinch pot technique is in the website, in our videos. It is called Basic Pinch Pot Technique. So take a look at that video. Over there we show you how to make a regular pinch pot. Over here I'm going to show you very quickly how we are making the pinch pot. You are going to see me, but I'm going to go kind of fast because you have the complete video how to make a pinch pot in the website. So usually we make a ball and we make a hole and we start pinching and twisting. You have the pinch pot already. This is going to be the main part, so it's going to be the cup. I want you to leave so more or less the thickness of your pinky finger. So don't do it too thin because it can crack and it can break, and don't do it too thick because it can explode in the kiln. So try to do the same kind of thickness everywhere. So you're going to feel with your fingers where it's like more thick or more thin, and try to push evenly and pinch evenly. So you can see that I have a little cardboard over here, so it helps to do the twisting thing better. So you have the pinch pot already, so the cup will be, let's put it over here. And now we are going to do the base of the cup. So we are making this part. So with the other half that we have 2 more half of the half that we use. So with 1 half we are going to make it's called coil technique. So it's like making a snake, let's say, or like a chubby snake. So we roll the piece. Usually we use this part of the fingers, And if it becomes flat, we push it and we keep rolling and making sure that it's kind of nice and roll. So this is going to be the base. You're going to start testing. This is crazy tall, right? So you don't need this tall thing. So this, you're going to decide how to do it, but don't make it too tall because it's kind of very fragile. My recommendation is maybe 2 inches, more or less, 2.5 inches maximum. It is in the instructions, the size that you can use. So I'm going to cut it, and it's okay if it's no perfect rounded. The main thing here is that you are making this with your hands and your fingers prints are going to be all around this clay, so it's very special. So I like when my fingerprints are in the surface of the creation that I make because it's kind of unique and special. So now with the, I think it's too tall still, yeah. So I'm going to cut it a little bit more. And if you don't like those lines and everything, so you can smooth it out with the tool. Clay is very easy and very soft and very nice to work with because it's a very kind of amazing material to make whatever you want. Okay, so now you're going to see, oh, okay, it's good, this height. So now you're going to start kind of making the score lines to attach the cap to the handle or the kind of, yes, the base. So with the water that we have over here, we are going to have like a little bit. Usually we use a slip, but it's fine because the clay is very soft, so we use a little bit of water to have an extra help. But when the clay is very kind of wet, we don't need a lot, we don't need a slip. Okay, so now you're going to put the cup upside down and you're going to make it flat. Like you can make it flat by pushing from the bottom and then you can just put it upside down. And you're going to see, okay, where I'm going to put my base. So I make like a kind of some lines to measure where is the middle. And then I'm going to push not too hard, but firmly. So you can just make sure that this is going to be glued correctly and it's going to be okay. So now with the clay that you have, you're going to make baby wormies or little baby snakes, and you're going to attach it in between. So this cardboard helps a lot to work without. Okay. So now you smoothed it out. So the main point about like making, putting this baby wormies over there is to attach the two parts very nicely together. So now we are going to prepare this part with water, and we are going to make the base. The base of the pinch pot, because we need a baby pinch pot over here to make this part. So we are making little bowl. Again, a little hole, and then pinch and twist many times until we see that we have a pinch pot. But here I don't want a pinch pot like more cylinder. I want more like a plate pinch pot. So I'm going to push and open the top of my pinch pot. And I'm going to press and I'm going to keep open a little bit more. Okay, so when we have ready the little pinch pot, that is going to be the base. Sometimes if that happens to you, like a little cracking stuff, you can use this to make it together. And if you see that you need more material, just apply it and attach it. And you can just smooth it out and make sure that the thing is completely nice. Again. So now we are going to attach the last part. So make sure that this is going to be flat because we are connecting this part with this one. And if you want to have a look how it will be, you can do like kind of measurement and say okay, but be careful doing this because it is very wet and it's going to lose the shape. If you see that this is too tall, you can just change a little bit how it looks after. Now we are connecting it. And now let's make some lines over there, like score lines to attach those two pieces together. Then we put some water, and now we are going to grab some clay. And we are going to make again like little coins or baby wormies, and we are going to wrap up all the base together. So you can see that this is so soft and too wet to keep working. So when you are done with all this kind of attaching and doing, smoothing it out. So now what I'm doing is kind of blending all the clay that we have, the little baby wormies, this part and this part, I'm kind of attaching and making sure that everything is kind of safe and connecting to each other, because this is going to be the kind of the main thing. It's going to hold everything, so we need to make sure that everything is going to be connected correctly. So now you can put it upside down a little bit, but grab it and try to don't push it down. So keep it like this and keep kind of making this smooth it out. So I'm sure that in your house you have a sponge, so you're going to grab it and you're going to do all the yes, you're going to smooth out all the surface that you don't like, but not too much because you can finish it when the cup is more safe to keep working. So after this, what I do, I don't like this part too kind of up, I make it a little bit flat by pushing very slowly and very firmly. And here, if you have some stamps in your house, I make some designs that I have in the stamp already here, just to make it a little bit more kind of interesting and pretty, if you want. If you want to add some other designs, I'm going to show you soon in the next step. Right now, the cap is very wet and so difficult to keep working with it. So you're going to grab your cap, you're going to put it upside down, organize it a little bit like that, and leave it for the night. You're going to put maybe the wrapping paper that the clay comes. You're going to leave it like this overnight. Or if you have a fan or something, until you're going to come back to work with the clay when it's kind of bone dry, like this one. So this is too wet to keep working with. So you leave it like that overnight, and the next day in the morning you're going to be ready to keep working with it. And the cap is going to be like this the next morning. So you can see that it's not completely dry, but it's called leather hard. So if you have a sharp pencil in your house, you can do some designs if you want to do some little lines, or if you want to write something special that you want to say or for your Elijah's cap. You can put your name, you can make some symbols, wherever you want, you are going to do it. In this stage, you can see that it's not that wet, but it's not dry, because if it's dry, I'm going to show you that you cannot do this. In the next I made a little pot to show you the last step. So you can do some lines, some designs, wherever you want, and you're going to leave it like this until your cap is this color. So I make a little one to make sure that you can see that your cap, when it's dry, is this color. When you finish your cap, you're going to leave it in a very dry area for 1 or 2 days until it's completely dry. See why we have this sandpaper over here. What is that? What is for what? So you're going to put the sandpaper on the table, and you're going to put your cap upside down, and you're going to start sanding the top of the cap to make sure that all the edges are smooth and in the same level. So that makes the cap completely straight in the top. So over here you can see that I have all nice, but here is a little bit down, so I can keep sanding. Until it's perfect. And then I'm going to smooth it out again. I'm going to take off all the dust. If I make some lines like before I made over here, I can sand this if I have some rest of clay in this stage. And then I take everything off and I smooth it out. I put everything so pretty and ready to take to the studio. We are going to fire for you, bisque fire, and then we are going to tell you when you're going to, when the cap is going to be ready to pick up to paint. And we are going to give you all the glazes, colors that you want. So I hope you enjoyed how to make an Elijah's cap, and happy Passover. Go to our website, claywithmepotterystudio.com, and you are going to have many different ideas about like how to make, I don't know, a pinch pot, how to make different things. Every week we are going to put a lot of different informations for you to have fun, for you to touch the clay and be creative and be part of Clay with Me in your house.
And remember, stay home and stay healthy. Bye!